Oh, hi. If you're somebody who uses Telecel fiber broadband, stay tuned for this very important information. So I did a video back then where I compared Starlink to Telecel fiber to see which one is faster in terms of upload and download. So obviously at that time, Starlink won. You can check out the video here. In terms of download, Starlink was better than Telecel fiber, which is odd. But in terms of upload, Starlink was not the best. Telecel fiber was the best. So you can check out the video for more details. But I moved to a new place and then I had my Telecel relocated for me, I think about last month. So I was doing my usual speed checks to see what's happening, and I realized that Telecel now is very fast for some reason. Now, two things happened. First of all, I realized that in my previous videos, I used Wi-Fi only to test both. So one thing I've learned over the period is that Wi-Fi actually limits your speed, your internet speed, based on depending on the router, for example, which in this case was the culprit for my Telecel test. So in this new location, I used Telecel, but this time around, I used an Ethernet cable. So I'm going to use my phone for this. The same result on the PC, so I'm going to show you. Let me just grab the Telecel. So this cable is coming from the Telecel router directly, right? So it means that there's no Wi-Fi connection here. I'm going to show you the difference between using Wi-Fi and then using an Ethernet cable. I thought this was common knowledge, but actually it's not. Not everybody knows this. So I did some video, which I posted on my WhatsApp status. Some people saw it and then they were wondering what's happening. And apparently it looks like most people use our Wi-Fi instead of Ethernet. So let me just show you quickly. Let me switch to my phone, start recording, and I'll show you something. So right now, let me go to settings and then Wi-Fi. Let me connect to the Telecel fiber Wi-Fi and show you what I mean. So here's a Telecel, okay. And I'm going to unplug this guy so that you see it's a Wi-Fi test. So now let me go to speed tests and show you something quickly. So this is Telecel, or I don't know why it keeps saying Vodafone, but yeah. It's looking for an optimal. I usually let it search for the optimal server, but yeah, in this case, let me see dimension data. So let me test the Wi-Fi is right here. I mean, the router is right like an arm's length away. So let me test and show. Let's see how fast Telecel fiber is on Wi-Fi. So I'm getting about 50-60 Mbps, which is not bad. Let's see. Okay, let's weigh it out. All right, so it got to 82.5 megabits download. Let's see what the upload does. And by the way, if you're on Telecel, I would advise that you get a cable for your PC or your phone. This is going to work for if your machine has a direct Ethernet cable, great. If not, you can just get an adapter like this one. Okay, so the speed is done. Now let me plug this in and then show you something real quick. So I'm going to disable the Wi-Fi and then use just the Ethernet. So let me just disable this. So on newer iPhones with the Type-C cable, you need to have this. And when you go, you see this now, it plays Ethernet. So it has a speed of 100,000 speed. So it can do up to 1 gigabit speed, this particular adapter. So now I have Telecel coming in to the adapter to the phone. So now let's go and do the same test again. But this time around, we are going to be using the, let me close and open it so I need to refresh. Speed test, okay. Now let's see, so we're still finding the server. Let's see what it does here. Give some time. So the same dimension data limited, and then I'm going to test. And then show you something. So let's see, this is the first one. And as you can see, it's going up. So something can get to about 900 Mbps, and I've seen 1,000 before, so 700 is not bad. So as you can see, right off the bat, this is faster than Starlink. I use Starlink as my main and then Telecel as the backup. So now I'm thinking, should I switch from backup to main or what? But yeah, that's the speed. As you can see, it's like ×5. Or let me do it again and show you something. I'll come back to why this and what you can do to solve this in case you don't have an Ethernet cable, which you should have. I mean, so you see this is another test run, 700. Even tonight it's even slow. In my past test, I could reach about 800 for the download speed. Okay. Now the next question is that, so as you can see, it's faster with the Ethernet cable. So the question is, what if you don't want to use it? Because obviously I can't be plugging this in every time around the house. So what is the solution? The solution is that you need to get a Wi-Fi or a router that can do a big speed. Let me talk about, or how should I even put it? So Wi-Fi 7 or Wi-Fi 6E routers, right? So I've actually ordered one on Amazon just to prove this is right. So those routers are able to give you the maximum speed that comes in from the ISP, right? So like as I've seen here, Vodafone can actually bring me about 1,000 megabits per second, but the router that came with their installation doesn't have that Wi-Fi speed. It's only available on the Ethernet port, which I can't plug into the phone at every time, right? So to fix this, we need to get a router that can deliver that same speed the ISP is bringing. There's a whole lot of explanation around it, but when the Wi-Fi arrives, I'm going to show you. But let me quickly show you what I've ordered right now that I'm waiting for. So it's a Wi-Fi 7 router. So basically what it does is that it allows you to, let me go to orders. It's it's arriving on Friday. It's a TP-Link tri-band, sorry. So TP-Link tri-band Wi-Fi 7000 blah blah blah. So basically this router is able to, it has what we call the wireless backhaul. So if I plug in the, like I was going to say Starlink, if I plug in the Telecel to this router, right, we'll be able to deliver the 1,000 megabit speed over Wi-Fi, theoretically, right? As opposed to what I'm seeing right now, which is not the best. So that's the solution you need to get. First of all, you can either decide to plug this in directly to your laptop. It's the same results as a laptop, so I don't want to do that. And then get that theoretical speed that the ISP will give you. That is up to 1 gigabit, which I've proved with the Telecel. So that's what you need to do. And if you don't have that too, you can just get a cable, Ethernet cable, plug in from the router of the Telecel and then straight to your laptop, right? But if your laptop doesn't have the Ethernet cable, you can just get an adapter like this one and then plug it in. So usually I plug this into the Mac and then I get the full speed from the router or from the ISP. Yeah, so that's just some information I want to share because I think most people don't know this. Also, funny story is that it looks like Telecel fiber, the speed differs per location. I don't know why, because in my previous location it wasn't that fast at all, even though it's fiber. It's why I actually got the Starlink. But then when I came here and I tried, it's a bit faster. I don't know if anyone knows why that is so. You could leave it in the comments, maybe share with Telecel. Let's get an understanding. I actually tried to chat with one of the agents on an X, but he or she doesn't understand what I was trying to say. I was trying to ask him if they have speeds of up to 1,000 Mbps or 1 gigabit. And he says no, so he said they can increase or decrease the speed. I don't know what he meant by that, but now I have proof that they actually get a speed of up to 1 gigabit. So yeah, if you're on Telecel fiber, this is information for you. You can make use of and share with someone you know who uses Telecel fiber. Thank you, and then I'll see you in the next video when the Wi-Fi 7 router arrives. Do another test for this. Until then, subscribe, like, and share with friends. Peace out.